Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, Jolton Joe, coming here from my back porch. It is Monday. It is July the 17th. It is damn near 100 degrees here in Houston, Texas. Uh, what are you drinking? What are you smoking? Because it's fucking hot out here. Um, Today, I've got a La Flor Dominica, or LFD for short, and this is the Colorado Obscuro right there for you. LFD. Boom, boom, boom. Colorado, like I said, Colorado. Yep, Colorado Obscuro from La Flor Dominica. I think I've had this one before on the show. It's pretty good. Nice little dark. Mm. Yeah, a little. Like, it's kind of still out here, but I know it's still good for smoke rings. Plus, I'm not that great at smoke rings. So, anyway, what are you drinking? All right, we're going big, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday. It's Monday. Wait, it came in a 2-pack. I've drank it before. The super heavy barley wine, baby. Look at that ABV. Look at that ABV. Look at it. All right, this is it right here. Here we go. This is from True Anomaly, local craft. Ooh, a little splashy action there. Local craft brewery in Houston. Started by some NASA guys. Used to work for NASA. I think a couple of them still actually do work for NASA. A couple of them said, "Fuck it, we're gonna make beer now." So there you go. All right. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put that down. Put this back in the cooler because it's fucking hot out here. All right, make sure that stays cool at the very least. All right. Cheers, everybody. Barley wine. Good shit, baby. Good shit. All right. Mm. Well, let me pull up ESPN. A couple things on top of my head. Number one, Wimbledon. Be completely honest with you, I did not watch any Wimbledon at all. Did not watch the finals at all. And the thing about, to be completely honest with you, to be completely honest with you, let's see, was that Friday? Yeah. But yeah, that's right, right? What's Friday? Okay. To be completely honest with you, like as far as the women, the women are concerned. Oh, that was the doubles. That's what, was that the doubles? What the fuck was going on there? Okay, that should have been Rosadrov versus Sablinka, right? Okay, that must have been doubles. Well, I can't even find the goddamn women on here because this is fucking stupid. Yeah, that's doubles. Oh, it was mixed doubles. I was like doubles and mixed doubles. Was that the final? Which one was the fucking final, for crying out fucking loud? ESPN. Jesus. Let me just do this. I can't even. What I was trying to say. Wimbledon. 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 Here we go. Let's see what we got. Because women's singles. Yeah, who the fuck won? Okay, there we go. All right. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know Venus is back playing. Serena's of course retired, but without the Williams sisters, I don't know any of the women anymore. I used to know quite a few of them. I mean, back in the day, you had Monica Seles, you had Steffi Graf. Even going back further, you have Chris Evert, Martina Bravo-Talova, and then, like I said, then you had Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. I remember her. Serena Williams, you had Maria Sharapova. You had Anna Kournikova, who you like for other reasons than just playing tennis. But you know, you had those ladies, and Martina Hingis. I remember her. And but here lately, I just don't know any of the women tennis players, to be completely honest with you. And Russian won it, Wimbledon for the women. Vondrousova, I guess is how you say her name, defeated Jabir in straight sets, 6-4, 6-4. There you go. And then yesterday was the men's final, and Alcaraz, the Spaniard, defeated the Serb Djokovic, and and Djokovic took the first set very quickly. I think it was only like 27 minutes. The whole game lasted. Whole match ended up being like 4.5 hours, but the first one went by very quickly. But he took it 6-1, and then Alcaraz came back and won the second set on tiebreaker, 7-6. Then he won the second set. Won the third set, 6-3. Djokovic came back and won the fourth set, 6-3, so we went to a tiebreaker. And then Alcaraz ended up defeating Djokovic 6-4. I don't know. Let's see. Most tennis Grand Slams. Because Djokovic, I know he tied. Did he pass? Let's see. No, he did pass. Djokovic did pass Nadal. I think that's when he won the. What was the last one? The French Open was the last one. But yeah, Djokovic passed him. So still got 23 Grand Slam titles and Nadal 22. Federer with 20 as far as that goes. But Djokovic getting knocked off by the young man, Alcaraz. But I feel like tennis apparently was a good match. Like I said, I just didn't watch it. Just didn't watch it. Did not watch it. One freaking second of it, to be completely honest with you. To be brutally honest with you, I watched zero of it. I got a couple in there. Anyway, speaking of, well, since we're talking about Wimbledon, since we're over there, of course, Wimbledon plays the All England Club there in London. Got to wear white. A lot of celebrities were there. Daniel Craig, Rachel Weisz. Who else was there? Of course, the Prince and Princess of Wales. Kate and what's his face? Harry and it's the one. And then who the fuck's his? I'm just having a brain fucking fart. Not George. That's one of their kids. That's their kid's name. William, Jesus Christ, holy fuck balls! It's Monday. Anywho, but do have the Open Championship starting on Thursday. So a lot of the guys were over there playing the Scottish Open. Rory ended up winning that one yesterday. Rory ended up winning that one. Uh-oh. We got some commanders. Got a former Susan for command. It's nothing important. But the Scottish Open was there, so Rory ended up winning that one. And let's see. Golf. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, once again, I can't get this shit on ESPN. Fuck them. Anyway, of course, they've laid everybody off, so that's probably why it fucking sucks right now. There's nobody there working. But anyway, the Scottish Open is kind of a warm up for the Open Championship. So they played that. Like I said, Rory ended up winning that one yesterday. But the Open Championship is going to be played in Liverpool, there in England, home of the Beatles. At least the Liverpool All England Club, I believe, is the official name of it. But that's where it's going to be played at. It's going to be played there in Liverpool. Starting on Thursday. Yeah. Uh, Cam Smith, the defending champion. He won one last year. Yeah, because Fitz won the U.S. and JT won the PGA. Scotty won the Masters last year. Yeah, Cam Smith's the defending champion. So Cam Smith, the defending champion, because this year, what's his face, Rahm won the Masters. Uh, Oh yeah, that dude, his name I cannot remember off the top of my head. Won the U.S. Open. It was like his first major win, first tour win was the fucking U.S. Open. And who won the fucking PGA this year? Oh, fucking Kepka. Kepka won the PGA. Funny how your mind doesn't work and then it works. But anyway, so so you go. So this will be the last major of the year, coming into July, and I think next month they play the FedEx Cup, which is going to become a fifth major. But they need something in August, to be completely honest with you, because so now that they moved the PGA back, so because now you're playing April, May, June, July, and then that just leaves August, which is a good summer month. I mean, you gotta play something. I mean, come on. So excuse me. Even though they're playing in England, I'll try and catch as much of that as possible. So we talk about that next week. Uh, with that, NFL news: DeAndre Hopkins is going to sign with Tennessee. I don't know if there's any terms of a deal yet. I just know that DeAndre Hopkins signed with him. That was kind of the big news as far as that. Um, and apparently, he's been catching some shit. But from what I can see, because there's an NFL headline that says Hopkins defends his choice of a new team, probably because we paid him the most fucking money. But athletes. Um, let's see, 2-year deal. Could be worth the $15 million in the first year. He'll have a base salary of $12 million in the first year. Could reach $15 million with incentives. 31 years old, 10-year vet, and there you go. I don't know. Tennessee's kind of an interesting story this year because they obviously got an aging quarterback in Tannehill. Tannehill's, of course, not the greatest arm or anything. Tannehill's just kind of a good quarterback. I'd maybe slightly above average, maybe just slightly, kind of a good solid B minus quarterback. Good solid B quarterback somewhere in that kind of neighborhood. But Tannehill is getting older. Tennessee did draft Will Levis. So I'm sure he's going to sit and learn behind Tannehill. And then Tannehill's lately has been getting hurt, so it might be Will Levis' time in Tennessee. But we'll see. Derrick Henry, of course, getting older. I don't know how much more pounding he can take. Of course, nowadays in the NFL, running backs are kind of a dime a dozen. You can, you find them in the third round of the draft, fourth round of the draft. You sign them to a rookie deal for 4 or 5 years, and then you move on from them. Dalvin Cook, of course, is leaving, I think. So Quentin Barkley might be sitting out if he can't reach a deal. Looks like the Giants are going to possibly franchise tag him, but he wants a new deal. So, that, and then, of course, too, with the running back, their career are short. I mean, you get to 30-year-old for a running back, unless you're Frank fucking Gore and play till you're fucking 40 years old. All right, but those are way few and far between. Most of your running backs are done in their, like I said, by the time they're 30, really. So you got about 8, maybe 10 years as a running back, and that's basically it. And then you're done. So for running backs, they want to make as much money as humanly possible, which I completely understand because once again, your career is a lot shorter, right? It's not like these guys are like Larry Fitzgerald or Jerry Rice and can play forever at wide receiver and things like or offensive line. I mean, Bruce Matthews played for 20 seasons. Hell, even Daryl Grant, cornerback, played for 20 seasons. Um, so it's not like linebackers play a long time or Liker played a long time. So fucking London Fletcher played for fucking ever. So I mean, those guys, but running back, I mean, that's definitely the longest. I mean, the shortest career span of any NFL position, I would say. Offense or defense. It's just the shortest. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get some, give somebody for Tannehill to throw to, and then you got Derrick Henry. So there you go. And like I said, making some good bank there. So all right, so that's kind of what's going on with that. All right, so let's see here. Uh, it's the dog days, of summer. But like I said, so Wimbledon wrapped up. We do have the Open Championship starting this week. Kind of hit those things. The Rockets are in the Summer League Finals. So we'll see what. Feeling good about the Rockets this season. I'm feeling real good about the Rockets. So hopefully they can get to maybe around 500-ish this season and see, But they got a lot of new boots. Also, I will say one thing coming out of the NBA. Apparently, Scoot Henderson has just been fucking tearing it up in the summer league. And apparently, from what everybody's seeing down there, a lot of folks say he is the next big thing, that he is going to be the greatest. And there's actually ESPN actually had an article the other day, was like, will the Spurs co the regret drafting Wembanyama and not Scoot Henderson? But apparently Scoot's just tearing it up down there. We'll kind of see what he does this NBA season. But apparently he's looking phenomenal down there as far as that goes. Well, like I said, F1's over with already. Matt Verstappen just run away with everything. Who goes, whatever. Oh, we do have the Women's World Cup. I forgot to mention that. Women's World Cup starts Thursday. Let's see, when are the U.S. is playing on Friday. They are playing Vietnam. That'll be a good one. Good old 1960s, 1970s rivalry. A little USA and Vietnam. They play be 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Fox. I'll try and watch the ladies as much as I can. I enjoy the Women's World Cup because the women are actually good and they're worth watching. I mean, men are, and so, there you go. I think the men should be better this next World Cup when it's in the States. And not only that, hopefully I'll be at a match. So, yeah, there you go. But they're playing that in New Zealand and Australia, as the Women's World Cup. But things kick off with New Zealand facing Norway at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. And on Fox. So if anybody is up at 2 a.m. on Thursday night, you can watch New Zealand versus Norway. And then at 5 a.m., Australia versus the Republic of Ireland. And then at 9:30 a.m., Nigeria versus Canada. So at least the U.S. is on at a decent time over here, 8 p.m. in prime time. What time that is in Australia, I don't fucking know. It'll be tomorrow. It won't be today. We'll be watching it today. It'll be tomorrow in Australia. I think it's a it should be actually. I think it's a morning match. Actually, in Australia, it'll be a Saturday morning match in Australia. But in the States, Friday evening match. So there you go. There you go. So we got that to talk about coming up too. And like I said, I like them ladies. I got no problem with them. I feel like I got equal pay. God bless them. So yeah, we got nothing to fucking talk about. We'll get into baseball here in a second. But we came back from the All-Star break. With the ladies, finally getting equal pay. The thing about it is like tennis, I think actually has equal pay for the men and the women, or at least or the most equitable, which is actually kind of interesting because the women only play is a best of 3 sets, while the men are a best of 5 sets. And why the women don't play 5 sets, I don't fucking know. I just don't know. I mean, I think I think it's actually kind of a sexist thing. I think it's like women can't go as long as men. They don't have the endurance of men. I think that's actually what it is. I think originally it was kind of a sexist, chauvinist thing. But I mean, really, it's kind of like, why don't women play baseball? Why do women play softball? I don't get that either. All right, but anyway, all that aside, I kind of get like why there's not equal pay in say the WNBA as compared to the NBA. All right, the NBA is hugely popular. It's a billion-dollar enterprise. It puts butts in seats. You'll get 16,000 people in an arena. It can afford to play a player $40 million a year. The WNBA operates at a loss every year. It does not have the TV viewership that the NBA does. It doesn't have the NBA contract that the NBA does. It does not have. It doesn't generate as much of an interest as the NBA does. Now, should it? I mean, that's a whole nother topic. All right. And so, ladies, I'm on your side. And I'm glad y'all have a place to play and things like that. But like for the WNBA, a lot of them save money. They fly charter. Don't fly charter. They fly commercial because they don't have the funds. So obviously, if you don't have the funds and things of that nature, and then obviously there's going to be a pay gap, no matter, it's kind of, this is going to come off wrong, and I apologize. It's the best analogy I got, but it's kind of, and I know women, it's the professional sports, it's their highest level, so that's why I'm saying it's going to sound like I'm being a sexist asshole, and I don't intend to be, but it's kind of like, the major leagues and then AAA. All right, AAA doesn't have the revenue the Major League Baseball's got. They're not going to get paid as much. Okay, it's kind of the same thing with the WNBA and the NBA. So that I understand. Right, and all other jobs, most jobs, women should of course be getting equal pay to men. All right, equal pay for equal work. totally on board with that. But with the national team, I just never understood why they weren't getting it. Same thing actually with the NCAA, to be completely honest with you. I'll throw that in there too. Because if you look at the NCAA, and then in a couple years ago, there was issues with this with the women's Final Four as opposed to the men's Final Four, about the women's Final Four not having the stuff as the men have. When you are under basically a corporation, and for all intents and purposes, the NCAA is a corporation. Okay, I know they're nonprofit, but they're a fucking corporation. All right, and the NCAA collectively has billions of dollars for men's and women's sports. The women's Final Four should be equal to the men's Final Four. It is all coming out of the same fucking pot. All right, everybody should be able to get an equal piece of the pie as far as that goes, because the NCAA is making a shit ton of money on fucking TV deals, whether it's through football or basketball or whatever the hell. They're making a shit ton of goddamn money. All right, they're supposed to be looking after these student athletes, and there should be equality between the men's Final Four and the women's Final Four as far as facilities, equipment, all that stuff should be across the board equal. Same thing with the national team. You're telling me, so you have U.S. Soccer, right? It's a national fucking team. U.S. Soccer has money in the pot. How do you not split that pot evenly? How do you not give the women the same? And especially the women are fucking good, right? All right, and are actually winning World Cups, unlike the men. Okay, so how can you give the women less as far as training facilities, travel, equipment, pay? How can you give them less than the men? That's fucking horseshit. All right, it's coming out of the same fucking place. Like I said, it's kind of like basic economics almost, right? So, like I said, I get it. I mean, the NBA basically supports the WNBA. I mean, without the assistance of the NBA, there would be no WNBA. Okay, so the NBA is kind of holding it up, right? And a lot of the owners are operating these teams at a loss, okay? And they're just trying to keep the league going. So you don't necessarily have a pie. Could they pay the players more? Probably. All right, but you're not going to see the multi-million-dollar contracts in the WNBA just in the NBA, just because it's just it's just it's just different. Okay, but well, like I said, with a national team where you're pulling out of a thing, or like the NCAA, where you're pulling out of something, out of a pool, basically, out of a then they should be fucking equal. The reason they weren't was just fucking stupid. Okay. For things like, well, the men get a bonus if they win a bronze medal, silver medal, or gold medal, but the women only get it if they win a gold medal. All that was all bullshit. Okay, it was all bullshit. So, like I said, ladies, I'm with you on the equal pay. I was like I said, and you may argue with me on the WNBA. I get it. All right, I'm not gonna say it's right. It's not, but I'm just kind of saying at least that's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. The league can only support what the league can support. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, and but like I said, if you're pulling from a pool, all right, if you got the NCAA that's billions of fucking dollars, give the women the same shit the men got. You know, as far as that goes. And same thing with the national team, women's national team. If it's a national team, U.S. Soccer's got money, all right? Probably corrupt, but they got money. Fucking divvy it up equally, man. Divvy it up equally. But there you go. So as far as that goes, all right. We'll take the last few minutes here. We got about 7 minutes left here on baseball. So All-Star game. Yeah, it is the All-Star game. National League actually ended the American League streak at 10. National League had won. And let's see. Oh, and also too, forgot to mention the Home Run Derby. Vlad Jr. ended up winning the Home Run Derby. His father had won it 16 years earlier, and so this is the only father-son duo to win the Home Run Derby. But Vlad Jr. won the Home Run Derby, and then the National League ended the streak of the American League at 9. The American League had won 9 in a row, and it looked like they were going to win 10 in a row. But then Batista of the Orioles came in. It was kind of funny because Dusty Baker even says it's kind of like deja vu when Eric Gagne pitched when Dusty had went to the World Series with the Giants, and then he managed the All Star team the next year and puts Eric Gagne in there. Gagne hadn't blown a save in like 3 years, and he had that incredible save streak. I think where it was what like 80 something, 90 something consecutive saves that he had, and so he hadn't blown a save in like forever, and then he like just promptly blew a save in the All Star game. And kind of the same thing happened with Batista from the Orioles. Batista had got like a microscopic ERA, it was like 1.7 or something like that. One of the best closers in baseball. I don't think he's blown a save all season, and then he blew a and gave up a home run, blow a fucking save. So there you go. And it was a pitching duel. It's usually what All-Star games are. It's usually long balls and good pitching. Is basically what it is. And that's what it was. And good interviews and things like that. But coming back off the break, since obviously Astros here. Fucking Saturday was horrible. Blow a 6-run lead. Had a 6-run lead in the 7th, blew that in the bottom of the 7th. And then they got the lead back, scored 3 in the 9th. Had a 3-run lead going into had scored 3 in the 8th. I took a 3-run lead into the 9th, blew that. And I lost the game in extras on an error. It sucked. Damn near, same thing damn near happened last night. Astros came back in that one, actually. Came back. Once again, same thing. Angels were, Astros came back. And on ESPN there, and Kyle Tucker saved the fucking game. Jesus Christ. But coming out of the All-Star break, just kind of let you know where everybody stands here in the out in the American League East. Tampa's lead is down to 1 game, ladies and gentlemen. So 1-game lead over the Baltimore Orioles of all fucking teams. Baltimore Orioles have a 1 game or just 1 game back. Toronto's actually 6 back, and then Boston's 9 back, and so are the Yankees. Yankees have fallen off. They are 9 back as well. They're actually in last place, I believe, because that goes to the series. The season series is the tiebreaker on that one. But yeah, the Yankees are dealing with a lot of injuries too. But it's the Yankees. I can go whatever. Sorry, Yankee fans. You got 27 titles. Fuck off. Just yeah. Whatever. Anyway, NL Central, Cleveland gets swept by the Rangers, so they are now 2.5 games back of the Twins. Twins are 2 games over 500. NL Central sucks. Detroit 6 back. White Sox 8.5 back. Casey's in the cellar at 21 back. And then in the West, Texas gained a game. Like I said, they swept Cleveland. Houston should have swept the Angels, but that didn't fucking happen. And so they're 3 back instead of 2 back, but there you go. Seattle's 8 back. Angels 9 back now. They're now in 4th place. And, of course, the big question with the Angels is what are they going to do with Ohtani? They're going to trade him. They're going to keep him, try to re-sign him. I still think he goes to the Dodgers. I don't know if they're going to trade. I don't think Eddie Moreno is kind of an idiot. I don't think they trade him, and I think he signs with the Dodgers in the offseason. You heard it here first. I'm not the only one saying that, but there you go. National League East, Braves are still fucking on fire. They are 30 games over 500. They have a 9.5 game lead over Miami. Phillies 10.5 back. Mets are 18.5 back. Nats are 4.5 back. And right now, Atlanta's the best team in baseball right now, just hands down. Milwaukee in the Central's got a 2-game lead over the Reds. Cubs are 8 back. Pittsburgh is 10.5 back. St. Louis 11.5 back. Out west, the Dodgers 1.5 games. Arizona, I think. Arizona got beat by... Who did Arizona get beat by? Arizona lost some games here coming out of the break. Let's see here. Who were they playing? Oh, yeah, they were playing the Blue Jays. I think did they get swept? Let's see if they got swept or not. Let's see, Diamondbacks lost on Friday, they lost on Sunday. Yeah, they did get swept. Diamondbacks got swept by the Blue Jays, And so the Dodgers now have a game and a half lead over the Giants. Arizona's now 2 back. San Diego 10 out. Colorado 18 out. Mets 18 and a half out. That's just stupid. All right. And then real quick, we got about a minute left here. Wild card. Top 3 in the American League as of right now: Baltimore, Toronto, Houston, Boston, Yankees 2 games back of Houston. Seattle 5 games back. Angels 6 back. Cleveland 6.5 back. Everybody else is out of it essentially. National League: Giants, Marlins, Diamondbacks. Philly just half a game out of the wild card. Cincy 2 back, and then everybody else is pretty much out of it after that. It's just basically a 5-team race in the NL. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the Open Championship this week from Liverpool and the Beatles, home of the Beatles in Liverpool. Enjoy the Open Championship. All right, from there, and enjoy baseball. That's about all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to y'all next week. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Oh, on Twitter, at JJ Sports Show 63, at JJ Sports Show 63. That's 6-3, the numbers there. All right, y'all have a good rest of y'all's week. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Oop. Happy Monday. All right.